Welcome back. Today I want to talk a little bit about tweezers. There's very expensive tweezers out there, and then there's your minimal basic tweezers, and then there's certain requirements that you should probably try to meet when you're working with electronics, such as being ESD safe tweezers. But does it really matter if you actually have an ESD mat and an electrostatic discharge wristband? Probably not, because if in theory everything works the way it should, and as long as the mat and the strap are grounded properly to your house ground, then the charge should flow through that direction. But extra protection is always a good thing too. So there are a lot of forgeries, a lot of different fakes on the market. Can't tell you how many forgeries I received trying to go for a cheap, basic, decent pair of tweezers. The first pair I actually got were, well, it was this set right here. And you can see that these are actually marked as Vetus tweezers. I think that's how you pronounce it, Vetus. They're really not Vetus, because Vetus has a hardening rating of 40, and these are actually fairly easy, fairly soft metal to bend, honestly. But the only thing that these have going for them is they're not magnetic. So that part was true. As far as the actual ESD protection painting on them, no, just horrible. I could take my contivity meter, and there are so many different spots along the edges of these paints that are just bare, rubbed off, scratched off, whatever. It's just, there's no way, you know. So, but again, with the proper strap and mat, shouldn't really be an issue. So I'll still use them, because they do seem to be a decent quality. They seem to be pretty good in the fact that I can't pick up a magnet won't stick to it, which is really nice. I probably should show that this is an actual magnet. Here, hold on. There you go. And these, ironically, actually say anti-magnetic on them. Yeah, no, not at all. How these fake Vetuses actually hit the market, I don't know. The odd thing is the tips are anti-magnetic, but as you just saw, it crawled up onto the tweezer part itself. So it's only the tips that are anti-magnetic. It's like they used a dual metal, two different compounds in here. And the further you get up the tweezers, the stronger the magnet sticks. You can see it just attracting itself to the top as it was just sliding forward there. It's going for the stronger, and right there is just solid steel. The tips were slightly out of alignment, and I think I paid like $8 or something. I should have known they were fakes just from the cost. Just the $8 label should have said, hey, something's up with that. But figured, why not give them a try. They had great reviews. Nobody said anything on the reviews about them being fake. Well, let's try them. Got them. They're fake. They're anti-magnetic. They're not really ESD safe. Like I said, there's just way, take for example, let's see if I can I'll actually zoom in here on this one, because it is funny. It's horrible, the quality of these actually. Sometimes you can actually see the chips in there on that metal or on the painting. That's supposed to be the ESD protection. There is that painting, and every one of them came like that. So that just gives you an idea of how bad that was. So we'll set these aside. Are they okay to use? Yeah, they're okay. They're not the best. They're not your $20, $30, $40 pair sets of tweezers, or $23 for a single tweezer. So then I saw this set. I said, okay, we'll try this. Another set, another Amazon, Another thing of good reviews. They don't claim to be another company with another brand name on it or anything. But actually, even the fake ones, I liked the fact how the metal came down and rounded off there. It wasn't just one, it was actually molded. It's rounded, it's molded. It's not like just a solid piece of sheet metal or something that was just cut a certain way. I mean, these here, that's just a pair of sheet metal cut a certain way. That's all it is. It's got the same thickness throughout the whole entire thing. Not exactly good tweezers at all. I don't even know that these will actually pull a piece of hair off my arm. Probably not. So, that came with something else though. These were nice quality as far as how they were rounded and everything compared to the flat sheet of metal. Then I got these. Okay, let's try these out. In fact, I'm missing a pair. Oh, here it is. There we go. And the first thing you'll notice is these are just that. These are that solid sheet of metal. Just stamped, cut out, welded together. And of course, not your best paint job. Nah, there's chips in there. I didn't even bother taking a contivity meter to check it. I saw the chips. I said, okay, we're done. I saw the flat sheet of metal. I said, okay, yeah, it's pretty much done too. And I saw the magnet just go right to it. And they're supposed to be anti-magnetic too. Great. Sure they are. They're so anti-magnetic. Nope, not one bit. I can't call these anti-magnetic at all. And it's not just the ends like the other tweezers where it was two different compounds kind of molded together. It's the tips too. So right there, I'm picking up screws and holding components that I shouldn't be holding. I'm trying to drop onto a board. Yep, just not worth it. In fact, even these fake ones came with nicer caps to at least protect the tips. So as far as alignment, nope, out of alignment on just about every single one of them. Yeah, kind of gave up. Set those aside. So last shot. One more final attempt on finding a quality, mid-range, cheap set of tweezers. Something that I'm not going to go to the bank for and end up paying close to $20, $25 or maybe $10 a set. So I get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 80. You could spend at least a good 200, if not 250 on a really good set of tweezers. Do I need something that has a hardness rating of 40? No, I don't think so. I'm not trying to crush things with my tweezers. I'm trying to hold them stable. I don't want them bending easy, but so they do need to take a little bit of heat if I'm using like a rework station. And here's this set for $20 on Amazon, and they said anti-static, anti-magnetic, comes with a case. A lot of people actually liked the case, even though they didn't even show a picture of the case. The reviews didn't show a picture of the case. I didn't know what the case was. I didn't know what I was getting into here. What I do know is my case came cracked. That was a shame. That's what you get for shipping in envelopes. They're marked ESD tweezer kit. HB 10295, new. Well, I can't brag about the case like some people have on their reviews, so I'm not going to. It's a piece of plastic with a plastic clip and a foam pad inside. Let's go ahead and pull the tweezers out though. Now these actually came with more than any of the other sets that I purchased before previously. Here we go. They're not in numerical order, but close enough. Let me see, the first set I purchased had 6. The second set I think I had 5 or 6. This one has 8. So you have 8 sets of tweezers here. We'll start off with the anti-magnetic clean. Let's go and take a look at that. That was actually me picking it up. Seems to be. Now, different compounds stuck together, anti-magnetic through the whole entire thing. I'll be darned, yes. There is not a single part that any metal is being attracted to this magnet on at all. Okay, pass. Let's look at the quality of the paint. Any chips, ESD safe, and the first thing I noticed when looking at this is the thickness of the paint. I mean, they're actually, you can actually rub your finger on the tip and feel the difference of the paint. It's like these things are coated about 2 or 3 times, like they're actually dipped 2 or 3 times. Well, that's pretty nice. I can't complain about that. So we got good ESD protection. I can't find any chips or anything that would cause any kind of current to run through these. And then I took a look at the tips, and yeah, okay, they may not be ESD 40 or they may not be a hardness rating of 40, but hardness rating of 40 or not, let's take a hair. Can I grab a single hair? I'll be darned. Can I pull it? Yep, there it is. Okay, so we have grabbing a single hair, no problem. Pulling a single hair out, no problem. You can barely see that, but let me bring it up here, see if it'll focus. So there's the hair and the tweezers. So we have no issue there. Let's get that off my desk. We have anti-magnetic. We have a good coating for ESD protection. And they don't claim to be somebody else's brand. They're not forgeries. They are their own little manufacturer. They're called Best. Probably an Asian brand because I think it says Best underneath in a different language as well. The caps are a soft rubberish plastic, not a hard plastic like these guys here on the first set of forgeries that came with it. So that was kind of nice. Each one has a different feeling to it, a different tension to it. They actually seem like pretty decent quality. I was shocked. Not only that, all the tips are amazingly not only sharp, but aligned very well too. I really cannot complain about these tweezers at all. Let me take off some caps here. We have a couple of flats. Let me see, we'll show the rest of the designs here. Some of these look the same, like these, maybe a difference of about a 1/2 inch in length, but the tension on them are completely different. Like where this tension is very light, easy to touch, this has a little bit more tension to it where I have to press a little harder, so it might be better for some bigger parts. You know, they look the same, but they aren't. They each have a different tactical like feedback feel to them, and the points on these things are just absolutely amazingly sharp. Even for the length of these being so long, these are very, very light tension. You don't have to squeeze hard on these at all. These are one of my favorites. Of course, these two take a lot of pressure to squeeze in. They make these strong. I also like these for the cutout. Gives you that way to go over top of the circuit board and get in at different angles or go over certain parts. Then of course, let's start putting some tips back on these here. We'll leave a few pairs out. Then of course you have your angled, and it's not just a sheet cut of metal. There definitely is a taper on the metal that comes off to the points, which is really nice. These points come to a perfect alignment on that. So let's go ahead and zoom in here. Can't go wrong on them at all. And I barely have to. They got a nice grip to them. They feel nice. I like them. Very unexpected. Very good quality. I feel like I'm trying to show off jewelry here. Now I know what those people on Home Shopping Networks trying to show off jewelry have to go through. For example, when I did this, it looked like the tips were 2 different lengths, but it's actually an illusion with the lighting. If I turn it this way, you can see the tips are the same length. There they go. So that's just a reflection. Let me turn them over. There you go. Now we got a better look at that. See how close I can get them. In fact, the only thing that I can actually try to clarify on how well lined up these tips are. Let me see. You know what? I do. I have a macro lens I can put on the camera. Now this is under extreme circumstances, considering I'm actually using a macro lens for this shot. I gotta get the right distance for focus. There it is. But you can see that those are definitely the same exact length. Not an issue of alignment as far as the length of the tip. Let's go to an even pointier tip. This is the one that was giving me reflection issues. Exactly the same length on both sides. I'll go ahead and put the link in the description. So if you're interested in checking them out yourself, you can go ahead and check them out. See what other people are saying. I'm going to try to cut this video back a little bit and maybe actually put a short version of this review up in the Amazon review as well. And of course I'm going to have to put a picture of the case because everybody mentions the case but yet nobody actually shows the case. So I'll have to put that in the review, but I'm just kind of it is kind of a nice case. I mean, it's plastic, it holds them, the foam's nice. I'm disappointed that the case can crack like this. But the hassle of having to ship these back to have another set shipped out, because I guarantee they're just not going to replace the plastic case for me, just doesn't seem worth it, you know. So I'll throw some super glue on there or something, snap it back into place, call it a day. I could care less about the case at this point. But I mean, I see what people were talking about, having a nice case to keep them in. I do see the point on that. So yeah, they did a nice job with the case, fitting the tweezers in there perfectly for all 8 of them. The tips definitely line great. And we'll start off with what I was talking about earlier, which was all those chips that I could see. We'll take one probe, touch it down to this end here. It doesn't take much. There they are. So you have the breaks in there right where your hands go, right where your fingers will be. Very, very easy to yeah, just not good ESD at all. So these were the forgeries that I just ran that on. Let's check the 16. These are nice, long, big ones. Well, these are perfect. Huh. Okay, nothing on that one. This is going to be one of the main ones that I have a tendency to use, are the hooks. Let's go ahead and check these hooks. Oops, come on. Nothing on that one. Let's go ahead and check number 12. Yeah, why not? Nothing obvious on that one. Nothing visually I could pick up on any of them. So number 12, we didn't have anything on there. Let's go for number 9. Definitely seems good on number 9 too. I could probably go through all of these at this point, but I'm wasting your time on video here. And of course, to show you that the meter is on, it is on. I know the meter's out of view. The ESD anti-magnetic best is what I received. I'll put the link in the description down below, and I'll leave a review on Amazon himself. Do a little picture of the case and mention the crack, but you know, $20 for the eight pairs with real anti-magnetic metal material that seems to be strong enough for anything that I need to do for SMD use, and you know, it has that extra layer of ESD, good thick coating of ESD protective paint on there. It's always an extra layer of security, an extra layer of benefit on top of your ESD mat and your ESD ground strap. So I would definitely recommend them if you're looking for a good cheap solution. This is definitely one option I'd recommend. Thanks for watching.